Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9 and Text 25. Saha asau adhabra karunaha bhagavan vivruddha premasmitena nayanam buruham vijrumbhan uttaya vishvavijayaya cha naha vishadam madhya gira apanayatat purushaha puranaha sosau adabra karuno bhagavan vivruddha premasmitena nayanam buruham vijrumbhan uttaya vishvavijayaya cha no vishadham madhya girapanayatat purusha puranaha sosau adhabra karno bhagavan vivruddha premasmithena nayanam buruham vijrumbhan uttaya vishvavijayaya cha no vishadham madhya girapanayatat purusha puranaha. Saha, he the Lord, asau, that, adhabra, unlimited, karunaha, merciful, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, vivruddha, excessive, prema, love, smitena, by smiling, nayana amburuham, the lotus eyes, vijrumbhan, by opening, uttaya, for flourishing, vishvavijayaya, for glorifying the cosmic creation, cha, as also, naha, our, vishadam, dejection, madhya, by sweet, Gira, words. Apanayatat, let him kindly remove. Purushaha, the supreme. Puranaha, oldest. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the Lord who is supreme and is the oldest of all is unlimitedly merciful. I wish that He may smilingly bestow His benediction upon me by opening His lotus eyes. He can uplift the entire cosmic creation and remove our dejection by kindly speaking His directions. Please repeat: the Lord who is supreme and is the oldest of all is unlimitedly merciful. I wish that He may smilingly bestow His benediction upon me by opening His lotus eyes. He can uplift the entire cosmic creation and remove our dejection by kindly speaking His directions. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord is ever increasingly merciful upon the fallen souls of this material world. The whole cosmic manifestation is a chance for all to improve themselves in devotional service to the Lord, and everyone is meant for that purpose. The Lord expands Himself into many personalities who are either self-expansions or separated expansions. The personalities of the individual souls are His separated expansions, whereas the self-expansions are the Lord Himself. The self-expansions are predominators and the separated expansions are predominated for reciprocation of transcendental bliss with the supreme form of bliss and knowledge. The liberated souls can join in this blissful reciprocation of predominator and predominated without materially concocted ideas. The typical example of such a transcendental exchange between the predominator and the predominated expansions of the internal potency, and therefore between the predominated and predominated is the Lord's Rasalila with the gopis. The gopis are predominated expansions of the internal potency, and therefore the Lord's participation in the Rasalila dance is never to be considered like the mundane relationship of a man and a woman. It is rather the highest perfectional stage of the exchange of feelings between the Lord and the living entities. The Lord gives the fallen souls the chance for this highest perfection of life. Lord Brahma is entrusted with the management of the complete cosmic show, and therefore he prays that the Lord bestow His blessings upon him so that he may execute its purpose. Yasansta Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shonyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Lord Brahma is concluding his prayers with his request that the Lord may bestow His benedictions upon him. He is requesting the Lord, who is considered Adabhra Karunaha, unlimitedly merciful. So, although He is the Supreme Lord and He is not under the control of anyone, still He responds to the requests of the devotees. He is not dependent on any of His expansions and their services. He is not dependent on it. Prabhupada explains he has two types of expansions. One is called the self-expansion, and one more is called the separated expansions. In Sanskrit, they are called Swa Amsha and Vibhinna Amsha. In Bhagavad Gita, these two amshas are mentioned. We discussed in the previous classes. Krishna explains his separated amshas as Mamaiva Amsha, Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Manasastan Indriyani Karshati. So some expansions are struggling in this world with their mind and senses. And he also talks about one more category of amshas, where he says, Ekamshena sthito jagat. By my one amsha, I am able to maintain the entire cosmic manifestation. So Krishna is obviously referring to a different kind of an amsha, and that amsha is called self-expansion or swamsha. And the people who are struggling, those amshas who are struggling in this material world, they are called vibhinnamsha. So from Krishna, these various expansions are coming out, and he is not dependent on them for his pleasure or his existence. Whereas we are all dependent on other people. We are dependent on other living entities for our existence here, our sustenance here. Nobody can be a lonely man, like a pillar. Even pillar also, if you consider, there are so many pillars are required in order to achieve something. So that's why human beings are considered social animals. They have to be together, and they depend on each other. Not only that, the human beings are dependent on other living entities, other human beings, they are also dependent on the demigods. And demigods are dependent on us in the role of, they are the administrators, and we are supposed to abide by the laws that they have given. But ultimately, the only predominator is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here it is said, Purana Bhagavan Purana Purushaha. The original person is the Purana Purusha, is the oldest of all. Navayavvanam cha. Immediately it is rectified in our mind that although he is oldest of all, he is still Navayavvanam cha, eternally young and youthful. So he is eternally young, youthful, he is all attractive. Krishna is all attractive, and is all attractive to his expansions also. Both Swamsha and Vibhinnamsha, they get attracted to Krishna. And not only that, they get attracted to Krishna, they also want to exchange relational feelings with the Supreme Personality. This is the constitutional position. We have a deep tendency to relate with others. So that is coming from this original tendency that we want to relate with Krishna, the all-attractive one. In fact, the soul is continuously looking for relating with the Supreme Lord, even in this world. Although we are searching for Krishna, we are looking for Krishna, Maya is presenting various objects of this world as what we are looking for. We are wanting to relate with someone. Maya brings someone and says, yes, this is what you are looking for. And then somebody gets attracted. They call this as love at first sight. Get attracted. And then, yes, this is the relationship, beginning of a relationship. After a month or so, they get dejected, and then they look for divorce and this and that. Why is that? The expectation is that he wants to relate with the all attractive Lord. The soul is seeking. Everybody is seeking Krishna. This is what the Krishna preface, George Harrison mentions. He says everybody is looking for Krishna. But instead of seriously looking for Krishna, one gets compromised by looking at some sample attraction. Instead of looking and searching for unlimitedly attractive personality, we get cheated by Maya. That's why it's called Maya cheats the living entity by presenting a sample attraction. So one should be convinced that the attractions in this world are just a simple, very tiny reflections of the all attractiveness of the Supreme Lord. So now you can imagine how attractive Krishna must be. He is attractive even to Mahavishnu. There is a pastime in Krishna book, how Mahavishnu, in order to see Krishna, he does so many things in Dwaraka. So that shows that even Mahavishnu is attracted to Krishna. He wants to see Krishna. That is the... So, devotee, he always prays to the Lord, that my Lord, let me experience your attractiveness. Because if you can experience a little bit, all other attractions in this world finish. It's all finished. Our struggles with these material attractions, that's because we have not seen anything higher. We have not seen anything supreme. That's why we are struggling to manage all these attractions here. But if the devotee can experience the sweetness and attractiveness of the Lord, Krishna, then everything else looks very simple. Radha Govinda ki jai. Every other attraction looks very pale. So, when these expansions desire reciprocation with the Lord, they want to relate with the Lord, Lord also reciprocates. Krishna is ready. He is ready to reciprocate the way we wish to reciprocate with Him. Very carefully He reciprocates with each and every jiva. How He reciprocates? The way we want. We can desire. You want to serve Him as a servant, He will be the Supreme Master, perfect Master. Who is a perfect Master? That is defined in the Shastra. Who is a perfect servant and who is a perfect Master? Perfect servant means even if the Master is in trouble, even if he is not able to pay or take care, the servant will not leave the Master. This is a perfect servant. And who is a perfect Master? Even if the servant leaves, the Master will not leave. He will always be, looking at his welfare, the servant's welfare, and ensure that he again comes back as a perfect Master. Krishna, he acts like a perfect Master, completely perfect. And that's why you see, He comes along with us as Paramatma, the all-knowing, all-intelligent expansion of Krishna to guide the living entity. So this is His mercy. He comes because He is a perfect Master. He comes and guides. Now they want to replace Paramatma's guidance with ChatGPT guidance. You ask anything, you will get intelligent answer. Oh, this is looking very good. And looks like unlimited knowledge is there in this ChatGPT. So even then Krishna, he permits. Yes, ChatGPT, you type and. But actually Paramatma's guidance is not just a stationary guidance. Kuch answer le lo and then you do, by looking at those answers. No, a jiva requires direction, step by step, every second, every moment. The jiva depends on the Supreme Lord. Even a grass has to move like this, the Supreme Lord has to permit. That's the kind of control and direction the Lord has. That's the level we need. So that exchanges. Krishna is ready to exchange. Somebody wants to treat him, deal with him like a friend, is ready, perfect friend. Our friends are not perfect in this world. When things are going on nicely, friendship will continue. And if the things are not going on nicely, friend will drop, ship will float. Friends will not be visible. When you really need some help, they'll give unlimited excuses and they go away. And nowadays friends are also not well-wishers. They envy. They silently envy. Outside they will look, yes, all those things. But actually they envy. This is the friends of the Kali Yuga. But Krishna is a perfect friend. He always desires your welfare. That's why he is adabhra karunaha, a very, very well-wishing friend. Jiva can always relate with Paramatma as a well-wishing friend. But then we don't know how to relate with Paramatma, so he comes down as a spiritual master. So Krishna's unlimited mercy is Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada's unlimited mercy is Krishna's service. This service, getting service of the Supreme Lord, this is the highest purpose of this creation. This is the highest purpose of this creation. Here it is mentioned, the whole cosmic manifestation is a chance for all to improve themselves in devotional service to the Lord. See, the whole creation is, one of the main purposes is that everybody gets a chance for devotional service to the Lord and then improve that devotional service. This is the whole cosmic manifestation. One purpose is to give the living entities a chance to enjoy this world like God. But simultaneously there is one more purpose is there, and that is give them a chance for devotional service. Now can you believe? The entire cosmic manifestation is designed in such a way that the jivas can get a chance, and that chance will be given through the mercy of the spiritual master. Without Prabhupada, it is impossible to get service to Krishna. It is impossible. The devotion that we see in the outside world is actually not devotion. It's just a business exchange. But since they are coming to Krishna, even for some business exchange, Krishna reciprocates. But otherwise, real devotion means it is possible only by the blessings of a pure devotee, by Prabhupada. Only Prabhupada could give Krishna to everybody. So now we can realize how important and how glorious is this devotional service. Apparently looking simple things, washing floor, washing plates, washing this, washing that, cleaning that, it may look very simple, but that is the purpose of this cosmic manifestation, just to get little chance to serve Krishna. So that's why here Nayanamburuham Vijrumban Premasmitena. My Lord, pleasingly please bestow a benediction upon me by opening your lotus eyes. Now Brahmaji got the service, now he wanted the empowerment, the knowledge, the Shakti, and in order to manifest, in order to do his service. So he is requesting the Lord, my Lord, Prema Smitena, smilingly, Nayanam Buruham, by opening your lotus eyes, Vijrumban. So, you please, bestow your benediction upon me. And then he is saying, only you, Uttaya Vishwa Vijayaya. Vishwa Vijaya means victory for the cosmic manifestation. What is this victory? Not by building big skyscraper establishments, increasing turnovers and GDP, and the whole world is running around busy with ChatGPTs, and this is not Vishwa Vijayaya. This is not a victory for the cosmic man. What is the victory? The victory is, here it is mentioning, to remove the dejection of the living entities. This is victory. No Vishada. If you can remove the Vishada from this cosmic manifestation, this is victory. All these technologies and this and that, that's fine. As long as they are helping to whatever extent, they're all fine. But they also bring disadvantages. That's what we are reading from Prabhupada's Lilamrita. Prabhupada gave an example of a telephone, how it is. So, science always brings disadvantages. Very, very. For example, we got a mobile phone. Now, that is better than what Prabhupada got. Prabhupada got one phone. Landline, it is called. This generation may not know. It will be fixed in one room, and there is a landline is connected. So, you cannot move it around. So call comes means you all have to run. When some of the older generation, they know. You have to run and pick the call and then answer. That's this thing. So, every time you cannot run, and sometimes they fall off on the way, and then, phone. So now, compared to that, the advancement is mobile. You have the mobile with you, but it brings so many disadvantages. What is the disadvantage? If you keep the mobile closer to your ears and go on talking for more than half a minute, or maybe even less than that, it will get heated up. Entire whole brain gets heated up. And slowly your ears will go. And after that your brain also will go. It burns the brain. So that's why what we have to do when the call comes, put it on a speaker phone, hear from distance. And talk. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It may look like a little odd, but that if you don't do that, your brain has to be replaced. That is the advantage. So technology, please understand, comes with an expense. Nothing comes free. Now we are thinking ChatGPT is free. Now you will see slowly what is the expense. In this world, nothing comes free. It's an illusion. Only Krishna, His mercy comes freely. That's why He is known as Adabra, no restriction. His unlimited karuna, mercy. He gives. Now, how Krishna removes the dejection in this world and gives victory to this cosmic manifestation, Vishwa Vijayaya, he is saying, Brahma is requesting, please speak. You please speak your direction. Krishna's directions are all auspicious. Vishadam. Now, Madhvya, Gira, sweet words. Apanayatat, so that you can kindly remove. So Krishna's words alone can make Vishwa Vijaya. Only those words can remove the vishada in our lives. Now the world is full of dukkha, vishada, so much vishada. Although technology is there, this is there, that is there, so many things are there, everybody is suffering with this vishada, lamentation. So much this. Now what is the solution? What is the tonic for this? The sweet words from Krishna's lotus mouth. And what is those sweet words? It's already there. Those sweet words. Krishna has very sweetly spoken. 700 slokas in his Bhagavad Gita. If the world can take Bhagavad Gita, then that is Vishwa Vijaya. Otherwise, by our own technology, we will harass ourselves. We will put ourselves in more and more troubles. So, Lord is ready to exchange. And one should not think that, when I go in front of the deity, the Lord is not looking at me. No, Krishna is looking at us. We can say, my Lord, I wish that you open your... He's already opened and is watching. But anyway, if you want, you can say, please, let your glance come upon me. And Krishna is smilingly glancing. Here Brahmaji is asking, please give benediction smilingly. Because sometimes Krishna has to give benediction, not benediction, permission, without smile. Like sometimes child wants to put the hand in a fan. Fan. Father will say, no. Fan. Said, okay. Now that permission is not smiling permission. Similarly, jivas, sometimes they want to commit sinful activities. They'll think, I have to finish off my enemy. He is the problem or she is the problem. I have to finish. They have very, very criminal desires. Actually, Lord doesn't want to permit. But they'll say, no. Because unless his permission is that, so Krishna reciprocates. He says, okay, you are, this is what your wish is, do it at your own risk. Do it at your own risk. That is not smiling. But we want smiling. We want Krishna to smile at us. That is the whole philosophy of devotional service is Krishna should be smiling at us. That's all. So that's why Brahma is requesting, my Lord, you please give me benediction smilingly and by opening your lotus eyes. And then please remove the dejection in this world, vishada in this world, by speaking some sweet words, some sweet, wonderful words. So that there is a Vishwa Vijaya. This whole universe will become glorious. Any questions? Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700. హరే కృష్ణ.